Hello, how you doing? Welcome to this one, which is completely different from the last one I had when I was sweating like a piglet. And no, I haven't removed this because if I remove it, I'll lose it, so I've kept it there. But I'm having this conversation because I opened my inbox and I had, the usuals. Those who don't find it possible within their limitations and think that it is impossible for everybody. Tandikile, how you doing? And Kai, it might be impossible for you, doesn't mean that it is impossible for everybody. So, especially for educators like me, for people who are in traditional employment, people, depending on how your life has gone, some of us are quite traditional in the way we do things, and we think that that's the only way to do stuff. Somebody was telling me, well, all these jobs that people say they do on the internet is not real. Honey, it's real. I do a lot of work on the internet. I just finished my team meeting. The team meeting we just had, if I'm not mistaken, 5 of us were not at source. 5 of us are in different locations, but by the power of the internet, we were able to use Teams, actually Zoom this time. We did Zoom, and everybody was able to have a conversation wherever. Some people are at home. I'm not home. I'm actually still in transit. But in transit, we can still work. Now that I finished with my team meeting, I've got some marking work to do. So guess what? I've opened my software. I bought internet when I arrived. I've got private internet, and I can still do the work that I expect to do. So here I am doing what I'm supposed to do on the digital platform. Sister Doris, how you doing? Good afternoon or morning from me. No, afternoon for me, morning for you. Loretta, I've missed you. Can you come back and find me? I keep saying this and then I keep forgetting it. And I'm going to cry tomorrow if I don't find this antihistamine and get it on. I don't even understand my problem. Why am I still sat here knowing that I have got pollen allergies, knowing that it's not going to ease off? That it makes more sense for me to get help ASAP, but I refuse to do so. I feel like taking my nose off to scrub inside, but that's what the allergies do to me. Good day, Loretta. How are you doing? And then, but yeah, those who say that it's not a legitimate way of living, I think you are behind the times. You certainly are. And sometimes when you are ignorant of something, within the bliss of your ignorance, you get brave to make very bold statements. Yeah, you get brave. You expose yourself, but you forget that what you're doing is just exposing you and your ignorance. So you are out there, you are bravely making proclamations. And sometimes, a lot of the time, not just sometimes, it's unhelpful. This is what digital nomading looks like. I am in Zurich, outskirts of Zurich, with the mountains, the Alps right behind the background. You can see that. You can see the water body over here. It's beautiful. I am catching an incredible breeze. But if you pay attention to what I have here, I've got my laptop, I've got the script I'm supposed to be working. Yeah, and I'm sat here working. From here, I'm going straight to the airport, and I'm heading back in. And tomorrow, I'm going to do the bit of what I need to do that requires in-person attendance. So tomorrow, what I'm doing requires in-person attendance, and I'm going. But for the next hour, I'm sorry, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to work. And I could have done this in an office. I could have done this in my home. I could have done it in a cold, miserable place. I could have even done it in the heat of where I currently live. But look at the blessings of sitting here on this mountaintop to catch this incredible breeze to do this. And some of you say that this is illegitimate ways of earning. Like, really? This is the better way to learn. If you haven't got the capacity to do so, maybe it's more important looking at how you could benefit from it rather than tearing it down. This is how some people live. I know people who just do this, and this is their full time. And I know people who just do this and they earn more than I get from the full-time engagement I do. There you go. So let not nobody fool you and say that you've got to break your back before you earn. That is an old view and it's inaccurate. You don't need to break your back to earn legitimately. You can earn in very comfortable, in very relaxing, very enjoyable circumstances. Yeah, this is a holiday. This is a mini vacation. But whilst I'm mini vacationing, you can actually earn alongside the mini vacation, and it is win-win. Win-win. Tata Rose, it's been a while. Nice to see you. Yeah. And I think it's about time so many of us began to see these possibilities. It's about time we explored how we could also benefit and stop allowing fear and ignorance to drive apprehension and accusations of other people who are doing legitimate. I didn't earn on the internet. Well, then you're a fool. All the serious people are. Yeah. Yep. I am marking. I could be doing it on paper with a pen. You don't have to. At the moment, you can have the scripts scanned and you can sit here in this beautiful location. I remember when I used to sit in my house waiting for scripts to arrive. And when scripts arrived, I would sit and I would mark them exactly the way I am sitting and I'm marking. What I'm marking hasn't changed. How I'm marking hasn't changed. The difference is that I am no longer sitting and waiting for posts before I can act. If this business had insisted on staying the only way they knew how to, I would be pinned down in a place and I would not be able to have this enjoyment. I know you're a nurse, but I think it's time to start looking at even your nursing career, how you can use the digital nomad drive to find applications of your skills in areas where you are not confined to one place, when you are free to do other things and then settle down to, you could give consultations to people. You could do so many other things with your nursing information, and you can earn in much easier ways than going to a hospital to put in a 12-hour shift. And yes, there is no disrespect to those who decide. So those who are now doing medical resources delivery, those who are giving on-the-fly advice. People are branching into all sorts of things with what they know. Exactly, Loretta. Exactly. When I started mine ages ago, it was slow. But you know that over this time, it has grown and it has brought me a lot of benefit that I can't explain and describe to you. Hi, Claudia. It's lovely to see you. You like the dress? Yes, it's beautiful to be able to wear this without worrying about cultural sensitivity. It is hot and it's Europe, so you can wear suitable outfits without offending anybody, you know. I am enjoying that. I've seen people in their mini skirts and little shorts. Yes. I just realized that I missed that. But yeah, I'm sat here working. The people who are sitting in offices doing what I'm doing are also doing the same work. In the end, our output is no different. However, I have the benefit of being in a place where I enjoy to still deliver the same outcome. Amazing. Claudia, I feel 20 years younger. The reason why I feel 20 years younger is because I am doing what I really enjoy. I've not stopped working, I'm still working, I've got to work, but I'm doing it in more enjoyable ways. Yeah, so Nabil, how you doing? It's nice to see you. So here I am, trying really hard to work and chill and combine both. And I highly recommend you explore it. Don't knock it before you try it, yeah? Don't knock it. Try it. You have only ever been a fashion designer. That's nice. At the moment, fashion designers are taking their brick and mortar businesses. Jackie Johnson is a friend of mine. Jackie is a fashion designer. But Jackie has taken her fashion design business and she's now doing digitization and modification of her business. And it is a huge benefit. Yeah, obviously, initially she is setting up, so you have setup delays and whatnot. But if she's able to sustain and do what she's doing, give herself 12 months, what she will earn and how she earns it will be such an improvement on what she needed to do in her Fulham shop. And she doesn't need to do a lot of the other things, but she can still have.
Executive decision. I have made the executive decision. Plan for the day. We take the cable car down. We take the train back into the city. But I do want to get more money out of the expensive ticket that I bought for you. So we will go and have an ice cream. And then we will go to the art museum where I just want to show you like 2-3 pieces that you will like. Because it's for free. And it will not be like the big exhibition, it will only be the standing exhibition. So the special exhibition.
Yeah.
And so we do the 3 ones a day.
So those are the effects. Do we have a nature? We don't have a nature. Yeah. So the point I wanted to make is very simple. Yeah. I just want to contest with some of these baseline beliefs that we bring to the table, the ones that we do to get in our own way. We do a lot of things to get in our own way sometimes. And when we get in our own way, we make it sound like it's a great idea that we so let not anybody knock your desire to find easier ways of doing stuff. In fact, if people feel like knocking your way of doing things, let them knock it and you carry right on and you do the needful for you and live your best life. I need to make some changes to my life. False neck. Oh, yeah. There we go. Hey, David. Good afternoon, Evans. Good to see you. Isaac, how you doing? I like to have these conversations because I think they extend the dialogue and they help us to amend behavior. I keep saying people live in places like this, doing jobs like this. And I ask myself the same question that I ask you also. Why them and not you? Why must you be the one who goes to carry the heavy load always? Just